this is Laura, and this is Silhouette Tools in 5 minutes or less. I'm using Silhouette Business Edition version 4.1.206, and today we're going to learn about how to offset a thin font. So we'll switch over to here. This is Samantha font that I purchased, and it's actually in font format, which you can see here. And so one of the things that I have added is some different glyphs, and Samantha does have very thin lines, and sometimes you may want to fatten them up a little bit before you put them on the shirt, just because maybe they might be too thin if they're too small. So the very first thing that we're going to do after we've typed our font is that we're going to weld it. You want to offset a compound path already created. You do not want to try and offset a font that is still in typable format. So we're going to right click here and we're going to choose weld. And you will notice here that the joining parts that have existed from the font will merge into one, and it will now become a single piece. The next thing we want to do is we want to just make a compound path just in case there's any extra bit. So now we've got one whole piece here. So we're going to go over to the offset menu, which is right here. It's a star. We're going to open it up. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click the design itself so you can see that it's highlighted, and then we're going to click the word offset. Now this automatically creates a box of 0.125, which 99% of the time I find is huge. It does work fine for circles. It doesn't work well for fonts. So usually with the font, I actually delete that and I put 0.050. And rather than hit apply, you want to actually see if it's going to work. So you can actually just hit the corner here and the circle. This one just makes the corners sharp, and this one makes them rounded. For a font, you want rounded unless it's a very square font. And now we can look and see if that's going to be thick enough for us. Now it does appear to be a decent thickness, but that might actually be too thick. So I'm going to take that 5 and I'm going to make it 20. And then I'm going to hit the corner and this again. Now this one looks about perfect. What you want is just a little bit wider than the existing font. Otherwise it looks like a bubble font. So once we've got it correct, we hit apply. Now my perfect size is either 010, 015, or 020. And it also depends on how big your actual image is that you're offsetting. If you're offsetting a tiny image, you might want to blow it up bigger and then make it tinier after you've offset it. So now we're going to hit apply. And what this does is it actually creates a separate set of fonts behind the first set of fonts. So you actually do not want to have this anymore. We're going to take that and we'll probably put that over there. And now we are going to take this and we're going to use this. So then you want to highlight it all, right click and choose make compound path. And then we want to fill it in with black font. And we can leave the blue lines, or we can hit the black lines. And then you want to compare. Leave the original, because if you choose to make a different thickness, you can redo it. So that is quite a bit thicker than the original. You probably wouldn't want to go much thicker than that. I would probably even go skinnier, so probably 015. And that's all there is to it.